Good morning. This is the weather briefing for the final day of the Chicago Verve Cup. I'm meteorologist Chris Bedford, Sailing Weather Service. On this morning's surface analysis, we have high pressure over northern Illinois. This high is going to dominate our weather today, and it's moving slowly to the east. It'll be over Chicago directly this morning, and then move out east into the lake this afternoon. And this should keep local winds quite light this morning, and the main driving force for breeze will be from the lake breeze. That is the breeze that's created by the temperature contrast between air over the cool air over the lake and slightly warmer air over the land. We do have one possible fly in the ointment for the forecast today, and that is this low pressure area that is sitting out over the Dakotas and northern Nebraska. There is a stationary front that extends to the east of that into Iowa, and some weather is occurring over northern Iowa, southern Minnesota, and that could create some cloud, which could cause a problem for the lake breeze later this afternoon. On this morning's satellite picture, we can see the cloud that's being produced by this weather system out to the west of Chicago. Right now over Chicago we have mainly clear conditions, and this is expected to be the case for much of this morning. We will start to see some cumulus develop right along the lake shore later this morning and into the afternoon. These should stay just on the lake shore, and I think we'll have the low cloud anyway will be mainly clear over the lake. All that said, however, this area of showers and embedded thunderstorms out to the west is sending some debris cloud into Wisconsin. This area is moving gradually to the east, and so I do expect us to experience an increase in high cloud cover starting any time from later this morning and right through the afternoon. In fact, I think it will be overcast with mostly high and middle cloud by later this afternoon. On the radar, we can see these showers and embedded thunderstorms moving across northern Iowa and out of southeastern Minnesota into southwest Wisconsin right now. Most of the action is drying out as it moves further to the east over Wisconsin at the moment. But as the day progresses, this area of showers and thunderstorms will get closer to Chicago. I think right now it looks to me as though the rain will hold off until tonight. I don't expect anything today during the racing today. However, as I mentioned, the cloud associated with this area of showers and thunderstorms is very likely to start overspreading Chicago by later this morning and through this afternoon. So looking at the wind forecast for today, we see that there are very light winds around Chicago this morning. This model shows the wind actually drifting slowly offshore from the west, but in reality we have almost calm winds offshore at this time. We are expecting a little bit of a northerly component to develop down the lake shore, and we have seen some hints of that. There's west wind up to the north of Chicago, and then some of the stations just offshore like the Crib have shown a few hits of north and northeast breeze this morning already. So we are kind of seeing this basic flow develop. What happens is the wind stays quite light around Chicago this morning, and then gradually as the land heats up, gets into the low mid-70s later this morning through midday. That should be enough of a contrast with the mid-60-degree air out over the lake to develop an onshore lake breeze. The model certainly goes with this forecast and starts the lake breeze sometime around midday. So you can see that now the winds have shifted and are starting to come in initially from a northeast or east-northeast direction, and then as the afternoon progresses, the wind veers to the right. It's a very light lake breeze because of the weak thermal contrast, and also there is increasing westerly pressure coming out of that system out to the west that I pointed out on the satellite and radar imagery. and that keeps the lake breeze confined just to the shore and not penetrating very far inland, which also will keep it from building significantly. As the afternoon goes on, it appears that the wind veers more to the right, becoming east and perhaps even east-southeast, but staying quite light through mid-afternoon and when racing will end for the day. I'm expecting most of the wind speeds today to be sub 10 knots. In fact, it could be quite patchy, 3 to 7 knots at times, and not expecting any big builds in the race area with this lake breeze. The one thing we need to watch for is what effect this cloud cover will have. It could have the effect of shading the land quite a bit and weakening the thermal contrast, in which case I think we'll end up with almost no wind in the course area. Right now I'm fairly confident we'll get some kind of saleable lake breeze at some point this afternoon, but we do need to keep an eye on that cloud cover as it moves further to the east and eventually bringing a westerly change later this afternoon and especially this evening. That's it for the weather coverage for the Chicago Verve. I hope you all had a good regatta and look forward to catching up with you next year.